Hey, this is Ciderhelm. This is going to be a Witch Doctor playthrough. This will be the final walkthrough that I do for Diablo 3 for the beta. So I've already done the Barbarian, the Demon Hunter, the Wizard, the Monk, and so this is the last one. I'm probably going to go back and do the Barbarian tomorrow morning. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Like all the other videos, I don't know anything about this class. This is going to be brand new to me, but we're going to look at the abilities as they come. Get an idea of how the class plays, at least at an early level for what we can see. And you'll get a chance to look through the game. I will be going through this somewhat quickly. I'm not going to be stopping for a lot of side stuff, and I'm not going to be doing a lot of exploring. If you want to see that, look at the original Barbarian walkthrough, where I spent about 3 hours checking out everything there is. In this video, it should come out, too, if it's like the other videos, about an hour, a little over an hour long. So I hope you enjoy it, and well, let's just go ahead and jump right in. Let me name this character, and we'll go in. That is not how I expected to look starting out, but okay.
The air is heavy with death. The fallen star is near.
Summon zombie dogs. Summon 3 zombie dogs from the depths to fight by your side. That's my #1 ability. I don't know how long they last, but they have a 60-second cooldown, so hopefully they last some of that time. I am using mana. The Witch Doctor uses it. Mana pool grows as the Witch... Okay, so I gain more mana pool. But how quickly does it regenerate? I don't know. Poison Dart shoots a deadly poison dart that deals 3 to 4 poison damage and an additional 3 poison damage over 2 seconds. One of my concerns right off the bat is going to be whether that stacks or not, whether multiple dots can stack together. Let's look at other abilities that I'm going to be getting soon. Plague of Toads is going to be as soon as I hit level 2. Release a handful of toads that deal 5 to 7 poison damage to enemies they come in contact with. Okay, so 37. I don't know how quick that regens, but Grasp of the Dead. Okay, I think I know what that is. Let's go ahead and jump in. What's going to happen to my dogs? Okay, the cooldown just came up on my dogs, but they did not die. So... Oh, okay. Well, they are making things convenient. Oh, and they all get healed when I get healed. So far, I like this.
The spirits
There's a strange man with a knife.
Seek the cradle of the fallen star.
And 3 dogs talking to you.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
They keep coming.
I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates. You'll find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
If this is the first walkthrough, can I have more than 3 dogs? No, I can't. So the original 3 go away. I was just looking at my the top left here. Zombie dog right-click to interact. I can dismiss them one at a time. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know why I would do that, but there's probably a use to it. Okay, so the stash here. Let's go ahead and jump into this. The stash is shared between characters. If this is the first time that you are watching one of my playthrough videos, I will cover a few basic things about it, including a very basic introduction to crafting. Okay, so the Witch Doctor, but this Rhino Lantern is something I got on my first playthrough. At the end, at Skeleton King, he dropped it. I identified it with a Scroll of Identify, and then I dropped them both in my stash. Now I'm able to see them on all my characters, and that came from my Barbarian. You'll also notice on the bottom left of my character panel, over where it shows kind of the artwork on the right side here, but on the bottom left of that, where the artwork is, right next to my simple knife, there is gold, and that gold is pretty high at this point, 17,357. That is... Hello, Naga Mouse. I did not know I was pressing that button while talking. So I just summoned the dogs again. Anyway, the gold is shared between characters, so another thing to be aware of. And we are in the Slaughtered Calf Inn. Let's go ahead and get this going.
You are Leah. The captain says you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
This is killing business.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
There is a deep sickness here.
And it is written, a fire will carve a furrow in the sky.
How can I help to fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Their sacrifice saved their people. I will honor it.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
Alright, so far my dogs are doing pretty well. Their health bar has moved down a little. I don't know if that's shared health or not. I actually don't quite get that. I can't see their health bars individually. Oh, these dogs are going to get me into trouble, aren't they? Okay. Pretty good distance on that heal. Again, I haven't really been going too much into the side places. You've seen two
Dark
cellars that I could have
spirits
gone
haunt
in.
these ruins. I grew
Grasp of the Dead. Let's check this ability out real quick to get an idea of what it does. I have Plague of Toads as well, which we had looked at. But I like my current setup with the zombie dog. So actually, let's change up the Poison Dart. Instead of Poison Dart, let's try Grasp of the Dead. 8-second cooldown. Yeah, let's give it a try, see what happens. So it's just like a Death Knight. I know this ability, and I thought they changed the animation on it.
Need more time.
Cooldown, yes, probably 2 physical damage per second for 8 seconds. Probably pretty good in an AoE situation. I'm not sure... Well, I mean, I guess we might as well see how it plays out. I'm just not sure how my dogs are going to interact with it, or whether they will interact with it in a good way.
Could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him. Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
Now I did just get some equipment here. And this equipment is just 4 armor, 4 defense. The Wangadal, I don't know anything about this. Like, what does it do? What does it provide? It says +2 attack, but does it provide stuff that's class specific at some point? I just don't know. Anyway, Old Ruins is our quest location. Let's go ahead and go here.
Here,
Just back to where we came from.
Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
All right, because
Did you
I
know
don't
your
have a
father?
ranged attack by
I'm told he
default.
was a great warrior.
I'll be
who
running
was
into
lost
melee
in
now that I don't have
Crystal
Poison
Valley
Dart
demons.
when I left click.
There's something over here.
This is a place of power. Your mother hid her secrets here.
People said she... Captain Dalton!
Needs more time.
Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will find Deckard Cain. Stay here.
Seems a little position dependent. I mean, I get the intent of it, but it would be good once I have more slots, once I have more abilities that I can actually hold on me at a given time. And it would only be good in certain situations. I'd probably switch it out quite a bit if this mechanic stays in like this. I mean, it is good damage. Well, good-ish. It's not that good of damage. It's good for this low of a level. Okay, let me go ahead and switch this out before I wind up going in here. Instead of Grasp of the Dead, what else do we have? I'll try Plague of Toads real quick. I actually haven't watched... This is spammable. And what I haven't watched is my mana, how quickly it comes back. Ah, this is pretty cool. They apparently run into walls and explode.
Here is where the fire fell from the sky. Strange magic comes from below. Your death comes.
My dogs are taking a little bit of damage here. This is very spread out. Unless I'm missing some basic mechanic, which I may very well be. I don't have much control over my dogs other than if I move a certain distance, they'll follow me. So maybe that's the key, is just to keep this moving. I need to keep... Well, I need to keep moving. But then I like throwing frogs at people, and that's pretty fun. Alright, so one thing I don't know right now is whether healing potions affect my dogs as well. Let's go ahead and burn one real quick. Well, let's wait till we take a little... Dogs don't like stairs.
Need more mana.
Okay, take some damage, take some damage. These dogs don't do any damage. Didn't realize that. They don't take much damage either. Right, but I can't use the healing potion because I'm at full life, so I really won't be able to get the answer to this right now.
My name's Latdanan, and I'm cursed. Once the captain of King the Oryx army, I left only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
Alright, so I've already been in this direction. Let's go ahead and... Still can't use my potion.
I strike at your heart.
It was Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear, and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement, and sent us off to die.
These dogs are basically just glorified tanks. That's what it looks like right now. They could probably be improved in a number of ways. I know they just released a skill calculator and all this, and I haven't looked at it, but right now they seem to be not doing much damage, which is... I mean, I guess I'm doing some damage here, so can't complain too much. They are keeping enemies off me, which is a worthy cause.
Thought we could keep the dead trapped here. Akarat, save me.
Alright, here we go. On down.
Foul minions, stay back. Back! May this wedge hold. The Skeleton King?
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
King, I will aid you. Stay back.
I need to take some damage. So wow, this guy really doesn't want to hit me. There we go. Couple hits. Alright, so me using that did not help the dogs. Good to...
Thank you, but why did you risk yourself for me?
Because you needed my help. Come, I must return you to Leah.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I fear.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
I seek your wisdom. Tell me of the fallen star.
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
I have leveled up.
Okay, let's start looking at some of these other abilities before I run back out here. Summon zombie dogs, Plague of Toads. Plague of Toads is a lot of fun. But what else do I have? Zombie Charger. Call forth a reckless, suicidal zombie. Oh. This could be cool. What's the other one? Haunt. Haunt an enemy with a spirit dealing 18 arcane damage over 4 seconds. If the target dies... So I can have 3 of these active at a time. 18 arcane damage over 4 seconds. That's a substantial amount of damage. Substantial at this level, certainly. So let's go ahead and use Haunt right now, and then hopefully I can remember to try out the other ability.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord. Leah, you should not dismiss this.
Leah spent all night alongside the blacksmith's wife, tending the wounded.
Did you hear? Old Rumford has us down to half rash.
Blacksmith, Deckard Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
It must be done, Blacksmith. I will help you.
Thank you. Follow me.
Apparently I don't listen to this guy, because the last couple times I've been in there, I've been wondering, in the cellar, why there are so many people there. But he actually explains it pretty clearly.
My friends, I'm sorry.
They suffer, Blacksmith. Aid us.
Mira, my love, forgive me.
This is an interesting ability.
Help me!
If I could increase the damage on the ability somewhat substantially, not that it's bad now, I really don't know, but if I could increase it somewhat substantially, that would be potentially extreme. Oh, you hurt. Maybe I should pay attention to the damage on me.
I couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hedrig Aemon.
I need your assistance, Hedrig. I search for the crown of Leoric.
I can help you there. It's buried with his chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
Okay, so let's go ahead and, well, one moment. I'm going to look at my inventory real quick and explain a couple things. The Nephalem Cube, this is for crafting. You shift left click it and you can get rid of things. So this light hand crossbow of the Raven, not for my class, so I'll go ahead and just destroy this. So I break this down, and what it turns into is common scraps and subtle essences. These are just crafting materials for basic stuff that I'll show you shortly. Then the Wangadal of the Lion, let me just read these before I get rid of these. I think these are the ones that I already had. Okay, so the other thing I have is the Cauldron of Jordan. Now this allows me to sell the items. So I pick it up and sell it from wherever I am, no big deal. It doesn't matter how far away you are from a shop, it doesn't really matter at all. You just left click it and then you sell the item, or shift and hold shift and then left click several items. Anyway, so for crafting stuff, I'm going to go ahead and get that stuff for right now because I don't really care about the money. And shift left click, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So I've got some crafting materials now, and let's go ahead and head on out. I changed over and got the zombie char... Wow. So that's just a short-range nuke. Okay.
There's a big pack coming this time. Stand your ground.
Kind of a good short-range nuke. Alright, looks like I actually stopped recording for a little bit, and that was not intentional at all. Not too much further along here, but I do have some things to explain. Okay, so if you haven't watched any of these before, I suggest if you really want to see exactly what goes on in the campaign here, go ahead and watch any of the other videos, and it shows. It's just run down the path, there's a break in the graveyard. Before the graveyard, there's a little break in the ground. You have to go around it, and then you get into the cemetery. So this is, I also found Hadrig's apprentice out in the wilderness here, pretty close to the road. As usual, he's kind of to the bottom left side of the road as you're coming out. There's a little variation in where he is between games, but not much. I haven't seen him like on the total other side of the map yet. Okay, so I have leveled. I do have the extra skill shot or a skill slot. I'm not sure exactly what I had when I stopped recording, but here we go. I'm going to show you a couple other skills that I have. Plague of Toads, actually I guess these are the same ones. So with my extra skill slot I have Plague of Toads for the AoE, Summon Zombie Dogs, I'm going to keep them, Poison Dart keeping them, but it's a good combination. I also had a Hex, and I don't think I showed off Hex. What did I show? Last thing I showed was Zombie Charger. The Zombie Charger, I'll go ahead and use it just in case I didn't show much of it, and it's not very good. I mean, it's decent. I could be lying. It actually could be amazing. It could be better than the Toads. I just haven't been playing with it too much. In fact, I will give it a... I'll go ahead and keep this. But first, let me show you the other ability that I have. Okay, the other ability that I have is... What is it? Skills? Okay, S is the button, so I can stop looking for it. Zombie Charger is that. The other thing I have is Hex. Now, this is two of the little guys from Diablo 2. Just drop them. They're going to stand there. And it's a very short cooldown, but they also disappear quickly. And they don't seem to initiate combat too much. Like if they're over here and I run over here and get in a fight, they're not going to follow me. What they do is they stand around and make one enemy into a chicken. Okay. So anyway, that said, I have explored 2 of the 3 crypts here, and none of them were my goal. So every time you come here, there are 3, and this one right here, it has to be the one that I'm looking for, because of course it is the last one. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Hex guy real quick so you can see him, but then I'm going to try using the bomb and alternate between that and the Toads to get an idea. So let's find some enemies here. Turned him into a chicken. I wonder what happens to him as a chicken. He still explodes. Okay. Okay, so as exciting as that was, that I did just turn him into a chicken, that's pretty cool. It's only one target, and really it looks like it's part of a larger toolkit. When I only have 3 skills available, the Hex is not the main one I want to use. So right now it's between Plague of Toads and Zombie Charger. The Plague of Toads is pretty random. The Zombie Charger a little less so, but a little closer range. So let's go ahead and use the Zombie Charger a little bit more.
Your evil undoes you.
Now, I already said this when I wasn't recording, but it reminds me a little bit of the Warlock class. A lot of the abilities for this class have to do with pets, have to do with summoning things, exploding the zombie dogs, or exploding something. It is, I mean, it's not an exact analog, but it's pretty cool. It certainly seems more similar to this than other classes. Certainly a pet class to a degree, but the pets seem pretty autonomous right now. There could be something I'm missing, like tech commands that I don't know. I don't want to be around for this explosion. It just feels pretty slow, these zombie chargers. Like, pretty cool animation, but slow. Accurate, but again, slow. The other thing is their range is not very impressive, because the poison dart goes so far, where this zombie only goes, what, that far? Okay, so let's go ahead. We've seen enough of the zombie charger. I've done a good job explaining that. Let's go ahead and show the frogs here and see just which one is better. Overall, okay, so this is the direction I probably ought to be going. Let's see where this leads. Trying to get into the next area. Hopefully we're seeing a way down. Here we go.
The bones beneath this tomb scream of madness and betrayal. The crown is near.
That was really easy. Even easier than the other classes I've played. Oh, corpse spiders. Let's figure this out real quick. Plague of Toads is what I've been using. Summon 4 spiders to attack nearby. Alright. Okay, whatever. Let's see how this plays out. It's just little spider bombs. I'd have to seriously look at the damage to figure out which of these abilities is really better and which one's not. Anybody ever played the game Spider Bot? It's a very old game, and I don't know much about it. I do know that I was in love with it when I was very young. Not in love, but with my little spider grenades. Alright, so now I have to head back to town. Stone of Recall, this is what it's telling me. It's a bonus objective as I head back to town using it. Well, then I'm bonused. Now, before I do this, let's check our armor or items real quick, see what we should be using. Well, that's actually pretty good. Oh, it's two-handed. Do I care? I'm going to hold on to that one. Maybe another character would like it. Alright, nothing too interesting here. I guess I'll replace that. And let's go ahead and head back to town. And I'll show a little bit of crafting too. Oh yeah, the Stone of Recall. So it's basically like Town Portal, like a Hearthstone. Just use it anywhere, it's part of your inventory. And the invisible... The first time I played through this was not invisible. There is an anvil here, but there's not.
You found the crown.
I mean, there's an anvil here, and he's going to hammer on
Make
it.
back
I can zoom in
alive.
with the Z button if you didn't know.
It needs repair. Should be no problem.
Yeah,
It's good
he's
to
hitting
work again.
air. It will appear in just a second here. But the first time I played through, it actually showed correctly. This time it just does, like any subsequent time, it
I need something more
hasn't.
than making spades to occupy my mind. I want my life to mean something.
We all seek meaning in grief. Maybe we will find it together.
I have other news. Your apprentice died his final death. I am sorry.
Fool boy. Hope for the worst and you will not be disappointed. Thank you for the news.
Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and give a quick demonstration of crafting. Don't know too much about crafting, haven't looked too much into the depth of it. But again, okay, let's go ahead and do some more disenchanting like we had looked at. 4%. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of all. Okay, so we've got a bunch of crafting materials and exactly 20,000 what? Exactly 20,000 gold. Is it like a cap maybe? I have no idea. Okay, so what can we craft? I can craft apprentice leather cuffs, which are going to be significantly better than what I have. So let's go ahead and make this. And then the leather gloves, which are, you know, casting actually matters to me. So this is going to be hopefully an upgrade here too. And there's crafting. There's a lot more to it as I understand it, but I'm not the guy to ask, at least not right now. I may make a different video on it, or you could just check YouTube for plenty of other people's videos. Alright, let's get this going.
The crown is in my keeping. Direct me now to the lost king.
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door.
Now we're going back to where we first met Deckard, and we're going to head deeper in. Cloth pants, let's go ahead and see. Are these better? Nah.
You die. I do not have enough mana.
I don't know. They're pretty cool, but they're not frogs. Again, don't know which do the more damage. Wow. Okay, attack nearby enemies for 1 to 3 physical damage versus... let's stick with the Plague of Toads. These are a lot of fun.
The truth burns you.
are a little overpowered. In a good way, of course.
Maintain your incantations. He will soon turn.
Your magic is weakening. I am free. Now, back to my mission.
Who are you?
You will know soon enough. Help me find my gear. I will reward you well. Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
I go to face the Skeleton King.
As do I.
Ah, the party members go across horizontally. I did not expect that.
The cultists dragged me past this glowing pit. What made it? I almost lost sight of you.
He's free! Do not let him rearm!
Ah, your armor and spear speak for you. You are a Templar. Tales of your order are told, even in my distant lands.
If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John. There is no reason we should hunt alone.
No, there is not.
These are a lot of fun, these frogs. It's kind of like the lightning on the wizard. It's all a haze now. I don't really remember the wizard that well, but this is, I think, a little more fun. Couple more items here. Ring of Slaying, plus 3 minimum damage. Let's go ahead and pick that up. I don't think we got anything else of import.
Black magic bars our way, but the will of a Templar is stronger. You were a Templar, John Dar. How could you succumb to
Can't
this?
run from my frogs.
The Covenant might run down. The powers we serve will soon rule this world.
I should get some auto attacks in there too.
Me. My vision was clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Betrayal can never be forgiven. Thank you for your aid. I will go with you on your hunt for the Skeleton King. But there is one condition. If we find the sacred tomes of my order, they are mine.
Agreed.
Then on...
Very weak agreed for my character.
It is good to fight with you again.
Okay, so this character has actually leveled, and he will level presumably later through the game too. Actually, obviously later through the game. So let's go ahead and pick up heal versus intervene. I don't think it matters too much, but the heal seems like a good idea to me.
I tried to count how many we've killed, but I've lost track.
I'm trying to decide between my pretty good single target damage versus my really good AoE damage, but on these small packs, I'm not sure which is better.
There, a worthy foe.
Oh, that didn't kill him. Electrify, these are extraordinarily annoying, but I can keep my distance for...
That was a worthy foe. Glorious.
My dogs... Wow. My dogs did not make it through that. I hate Electrify. Electrify and the Arcane Enchanted are the two really obnoxious ones. Probably the quickest I found the Royal Crypts yet.
Keep your distance from him. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leoric.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Condorus will still obey their king. Even if you will. You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
We shall put you down, Hellspawn.
Chaos! Froggy chaos! A really powerful class. This is actually a lot of fun. At least at low level. Obviously this could all play out differently as you get higher, but this is the most engaged I have been since the Barbarian. I like some of the other classes too, parts of them, but this is overall just a lot of fun.
We have just arrived in Tristram, and I must say, I'm a bit dismayed. This place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient broken-down monastery, hardly fit for the King of Condorus. I cannot fathom why Lazarus was so intent on this becoming our new seat of power.
Alright, so we're about to go into the final boss fight for the beta. Let's go ahead and get the intro going.
You will never defeat me!
You were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness.
Now before we do this, let's go ahead and look at our skills one more time here. Make sure that we have what we want to make sure I haven't missed out on showing anything. It looks like, okay, 11 to 15 zombie charger. versus Plague of Tones 11 to 15. So they're about the same, except the zombie charger I can control exactly where it goes. Let's go ahead and switch the Plague of Toads out with a zombie charger because this is more of a direct damage fight. The poison dart, what is a poison dart exactly again? It is 7 to 10 plus an additional 9 over 2. So the poison dart is just better single. I'll keep the frogs, they're more fun. Try to get behind that tank, and he just does this.
Nothing more than a scratch.
Oh, I switched the wrong ability. This is bad. I'm going to have to kill him with frog.
More mana.
Oh, the frogs are a lot lower mana I should have been using. Somehow he's back alive, that's interesting. That's how to do it the wrong way. And there you have it. That's the playthrough of the Witch Doctor. Quite a bit of fun. I found this very enjoyable. I would probably play it, except the Barbarian I think is going to be my go-to class. But this is a lot of fun. Genuinely enjoyable. So there you go. And I will be playing the Barbarian through again, this time with a much better understanding of it. I'm probably going to be playing through the Barbarian. Maybe playing through my Barbarian, just playing through it all again. I mean, you won't see much as far as difficulty, but you've already seen the difficulty of this game if you've watched any of these. But I'll get a chance to try out some of the higher level skills, I suspect, and I'll transfer over some of the items that I've earned from the other characters. So we'll see how that plays out, see if there's anything cool that comes up. But that should be coming probably tomorrow, and thank you for watching. Enjoy.